This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
"6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. The Prime Minister says the government is paying special attention to uplift the fisheries industry. The isolation status, which is currently being imposed in several areas, especially in Colombo and Gampaha, has been revised. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll climbs to 140. 286 new cases of COVID-19 reported in Sri Lanka. The Parliament will meet today at 9:30 a.m. In news overseas, Brexit, UK-EU trade talks restart as sticking points remain. In sports news, undefeated legend to take on YouTuber in exhibition. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says the government is paying special attention to uplift the fisheries industry. Speaking at the event of inaugurating the construction work of the Gandhara Fisheries Harbour yesterday, the Premier said a special programme has been initiated to uplift the livelihoods of the fisher folk. Premier Rajapaksa noted measures will be taken to uplift the fisheries industry while safeguarding the ocean and meeting the demand for fish in the country while exporting fish to increase foreign reserves. Moreover, construction work for 2 more anchoring harbours at Mavella and Rakava were also commenced. The isolation status, which is currently being imposed in several areas, especially in the Colombo and Gampaha district, has been revised. Accordingly, the isolation in the Blumendal Police Division and the Vijayapura Grama Nidadari Division in the Vallampettiya Police Area in the Colombo district has been relaxed with effect from 5 a.m. today. In addition to the areas which have already been under lockdown in Colombo, namely the Hunupitiya Grama Nidadari Division of Slave Island, Hattevatta in the Cinnamon Garden Police Area and Kokila Road in Vellavatta will be isolated from 5 a.m. today. In the Gampaha district, isolation status in the Kalaniya Police Division and the Vattal area except for 5 Grama Nidadari divisions, Keravalapitiya, Hekitta, Kurunduhana, Avarivatta and Valikadamulla, and the Palyagoda Police area except for 4 Grama Nidadari divisions, Palyagoda Vatta, Palyagoda Gangabada, Megahavatta and Pattiya North will also be lifted. Meanwhile, the Velagoda North GS division in Kiribathgoda will be under isolation from this morning. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed 3 more COVID-19 related deaths, increasing the death toll from the virus in Sri Lanka to 140 as of yesterday. One of the deceased is a 98-year-old male from Kotte who was admitted to the Homagama Base Hospital after being identified as a coronavirus patient. He passed away yesterday while the cause of death is cited as pneumonia caused by COVID-19. An 80-year-old male from Kahatudua passed away at the Homagama Base Hospital on Saturday. The cause of death is reported as lung failure along with the COVID-19 infection. The other victim is a 71-year-old male from Maggona who also passed away on Saturday while being treated at the ICU of the Homagama Base Hospital. The cause of death is pneumonia caused by COVID-19. The National Operations Centre for the Prevention of COVID-19 says that 286 new cases of the coronavirus have been identified yesterday. It said 166 of the new cases are from the Palyagoda Fish Market cluster, while 120 from the prisons cluster have also tested positive. Accordingly, a total of 648 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported so far by today, while the tally of the cases from the Minuwangoda, Palyagoda and prisons clusters has risen to 24,322. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, protecting you who drives our nation forward.
The Minister of Tourism Prasanna Ranatunga says the government expects to reopen the airports for tourists by early next year. The minister mentioned this during the debate on the expenditure heads of the Ministry of Ports and Shipping, the Ministry of Tourism and the State Ministry of Civil Aviation and Export Zones at the Parliament. Minister Ranatunga said that the health authorities have been requested to recommend a date to reopen the airports by January 1st, 2021. The Ministry of Power says the Tambavapanni power plant, the first wind power plant to be built in the country, will be declared open tomorrow on the 8th of December. Speaking at a media briefing yesterday, Minister Dallas Alahaperuma said the project will add vigour to the country's energy sector and will be a turning point in renewable energy. Minister Alahaperuma said President Gotabaya Rajapaksa in his election manifesto stated the country will be made self-sufficient and secure with regards to power. The minister added it will also strengthen the economy. The State Minister of Transport, Dilu Mamanugama, says arrangements have been made to operate 2 buses at the beginning of each journey from today onwards. He added that the National Transport Commission has been instructed to operate 2 buses in accordance with the schedule, especially during school and office hours. The State Minister added that there are complaints that some routes are overcrowded and went on to say that action would be taken under quarantine laws. That's local news.
Every morning, my drive is not just to work. I'm driving my nation's progress.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only. An exclusive motor insurance designed for you. Up to 75,000 rupees worth instant claim settlements within 3 working hours. Call and move facility. 24/7 roadside assistance. And accommodation cost reimbursements at an accident. Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only. Protecting you who drives our nation forward.
Only from Sri Lanka Insurance.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Parliament will meet today at 9:30 a.m. Today is the 13th day of the committee stage debate session conducted on the Budget Proposals 2021. Today, the votes on the Ministries of Environment and Wildlife Conservation will be taken for debate.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, consumers complain about the price hikes and escalating prices on certain essential commodities. Although the government has released a control price list, some errant traders increase the prices arbitrarily, which has brought mayhem to many low-income families. Some traders claim that the price has to be increased due to the high transport charges. However, consumers say the reason is unacceptable. This is for the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority. That came to you in Watchlight, and now in World News headlines. Brexit, UK-EU trade talks restart as sticking points remain. In COVID news, South Korea raises alert level amid spike in cases. Andhra Pradesh, India officials investigate mystery illness. The UK and EU have restarted talks on post-Brexit trade, with the minister telling the BBC there is still a deal to be done despite time running short. Environment Secretary George Eustace said sticking points on fishing and business rules remained. UK Chief Negotiator Lord Frost is taking part in discussions with EU counterpart Michel Barnier in Brussels. EU sources told the BBC an agreement on fishing was close, but a number 10 source said there had been no breakthrough. South Korea is raising its COVID-19 alert levels as it battles a rise in infections. Gatherings of more than 50 will be banned in the capital Seoul and surrounding areas from Tuesday, while gyms and karaoke bars will be closed. Yesterday, 631 new infections were reported in one day, the highest number in 9 months. The country was widely praised for its virus response earlier this year, with aggressive testing and contact tracing. Officials in India are investigating the cause of an unidentified illness which led to more than 140 people being admitted to hospital over the weekend. The patients from Eluru in Andhra Pradesh had a wide range of symptoms from nausea to fits and falling unconscious, doctors said. A number of beds at Eluru Government Hospital have been freed up in case they are needed. The illness comes as India continues to battle the coronavirus pandemic. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Brexit, UK-EU trade talks restart as sticking points remain. In COVID news, South Korea raises alert level amid spike in cases. Andhra Pradesh, India officials investigate mystery illness. That was world news, and now in development news. State Minister Indika Anuradha insists that the main objective of the present government is to serve the common masses and not focus on any personal goals. The government pays attention on the policies mentioned in the Vistas of Prosperity, which is the main election manifesto of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The State Minister also alleged that the previous regime did not serve the people. Instead, they carried out their political revenge activities against their political opponents. That came to you in development news, and now in sports news. In cricket, Hardik Pandya's heavy hitting delivered India a T20 series victory over Australia and their third consecutive win of the tour to give the captain Virat Kohli something to show for his trip down under in an undulating encounter at the SCG. In scores, Australia batted first and made 194 for 5 in 20 overs. In reply, India reached the victory target, losing only 6 wickets. In boxing news, Floyd Mayweather, the former 5-weight boxing world champion, has announced he will take on YouTuber Logan Paul in a special exhibition fight in February 2021. The American Mayweather, 43, ended his career unbeaten in 50 bouts. He last fought in 2017, beating MMA star Conor McGregor in one of the richest bouts in boxing history. That was sports news, and now in business news. Ending the turmeric drought in the Sri Lankan culinary sector, and households locally produced turmeric is now made available in the market mainly through individual growers. The government, in a bid to encourage local small to medium-sized growers and also save foreign exchange, banned the imports of turmeric to Sri Lanka in December 2019. However, this led to a huge smuggling business of turmeric mainly from India. The demand for the spice doubled after the import ban as supermarkets ran out of stock within weeks. That was business news.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The government will open the Bandaranaike International Airport and the Mahinda Rajapaksa International Airport, Mathala, in January. Both the Minister of Tourism, Prasanna Ranatunga, and the State Minister of Aviation, D.V. Chanaka, said that the dates of the opening of both airports for tourist arrivals will be announced on January 1st. This is also a sequel to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa announcing in his keynote address at the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce Economic Summit last week that he would like the tourism authorities to consult the health authorities and to open up the two international airports to invite tourist traffic at the earliest, as Sri Lanka was heavily dependent on the foreign exchange earnings from the leisure industry. That was economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur in most parts of the island after 2 p.m. Heavy showers about 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the northern, north central and northwestern provinces. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thunder showers. A few showers may occur in the northern and eastern provinces, particularly in the morning too. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamu, central and the western provinces during the morning. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The Prime Minister says the government is paying special attention to uplift the fisheries industry. The isolation status, which is currently being imposed in several areas, especially in Colombo and Gampaha, has been revised. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll climbs to 140. 286 new cases of COVID-19 reported in Sri Lanka. The Parliament will meet today at 9:30 a.m. In news overseas, in Brexit, UK-EU trade talks restart as sticking points remain. In sports news, undefeated legend to take on YouTuber in exhibition.